Oh boy. Oh man. All right, so we're back again. I don't know what's going on, but it seems to have some problems once again. This time we can't blame it on Sam and Kobe. Just saying. Let's wait till you guys get up in here. I gotta turn on the AC. Boo! What's good? Hey, I'm gonna be back. Give me a minute. I'll be back. All right. All right, we are back in. Dang, okay, everybody's coming back in. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I did it again, but this time we can't blame it on Kobe and Sam of that video. But it's back. Um, got pancakes back in. My dad is playing PGA 2K13. Yeah, hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. Does my mic sound good? Is the mic sounding right? Let me check. Make sure the mic is sounding right. Matter of fact, I never added a. Probably that's why. Hey, maybe we can do some reaction to prank videos at the end to like cool things off. Cause we're gonna get scary. We're gonna get scary here in a minute. So maybe we can do some you know, some prank videos at the end to get the scary away. I don't know, but to ease your mind before you go to sleep. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out when we get to recording. Okay, so right now the mic isn't. Let me switch the mic. Okay, one, two, three. Is it echoing? Let me check. Let me check if it's echoing. Cause if it's echoing, I don't know why it would be doing that, but let me check it. One, two, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Okay, we're good. All right. Monitor off. All right, let's get started here. Let's get started with the video. I'm gonna pull it up, and then we're gonna hop straight into it. All right, so this is the first video. It's a scary story video. If you guys have some scary stories, make sure you find it, and then when I'm ready, drop it down in the chat, and we're gonna try to watch it and see if it's real scary. It says, "I know a prankster called Ben Phillips, and a good prank video he did to his roommate." Hey, we also gonna call out, those type of videos for the end. So save whatever you have for like lighter videos, and we'll hit them at the end so we can, you know, like I said before, we're gonna have something to get our minds off of the scary. But yeah, we're gonna set that to the end, so I'll ask at the end, and we can get those jotted down too. So save it for the end for sure. Brady the prankster. All right, let's get started. Oh, actually, let's switch the lighting real quick for the mood. All right, here we go. Oh, let me just check, make sure. Oh my gosh. we go.
There was a brief period of time that I lived alone.
No, freak.
When I freshly moved out of my parents' house and before I met my girlfriend and she moved in, I lived in a small one-bedroom apartment in the downstairs of someone else's.
Quick question. How many of you guys at this moment are out of your parents' house? Drop it down. Say like, put one in the chat if you are out of your parents' house right now.
House. I spent a lot of time alone during this period of my life, besides when I was at school or work, and so I spent a lot of my time watching movies. Specifically, I liked watching scary movies pretty often. Even as an at the time 21-year-old guy, I still would be a little spooked trying to sleep after watching a scary movie, especially living alone in that apartment, and every time I did, I would look around the room. At a few points, I would even turn the bedside lamp on just to check around the room. The tenant upstairs wasn't home that night, as his car wasn't in the driveway, so the sounds I was hearing couldn't have been footsteps upstairs or anything like that. My nerves were really starting to set in at one point because I just kept hearing noises. To be honest, I couldn't tell from where in the house they were coming from. I got up to head over to the door of the bedroom and opened it. Outside of my bedroom was a very narrow hallway, which had a door to the bathroom, and then at the end of the hallway opened up to the living room. At the end of this hallway, though, like a scene right out of the movie I had watched not even an hour earlier, there was someone standing at the far end of the hallway right...
Hold on. Hold up. Someone standing at the end of the movie. You already know how scary movies are, and it make you feel when you're watching it. To see something that looked like you saw from in the movies happen in front of your eyes, automatically you're like, oh, this is it. But let's see what happens.
By the kitchen.
Oh, freak! Hold, woo! Hey, yup, it got me. Whew, goodness. Yo, it got me. Oh, man. All right, let's go.
The moonlight from outside coming into the bedroom windows and the windows in the living room was enough to see her, this woman looking right back at me. She started to walk backwards while still facing me. I didn't care though. I still screamed and backed into my room before slamming the door shut and locking it. She didn't come running over and pounding on the door or anything like that. Instead, I heard running up the half flight of stairs to the exit of my apartment, and then the door slammed shut. I was frozen in shock for at least 10 minutes before I felt okay to take my phone and leave the bedroom to check the apartment. It didn't take long. It was a small apartment with not many hiding places. It was empty. I rushed to lock the door, wondering who that could have been and how they got in.
That's crazy.
I didn't call the police. I couldn't tell you why. But the next day, I called the landlord and told him about it. He made a phone call to the upstairs tenant, and what I learned shocked me.
Oh, freak.
The woman that broke into my apartment was an ex-lover of the man who lived upstairs. A crazy one at that. And after finding his address somehow, she broke into the wrong part of the house. My apartment. The upstairs tenant came down to my door and apologized to me that following day, but I never got much detail from him or the landlord. I still wonder what that woman was planning on doing to him.
Yo, she was probably gonna kill that guy. She was probably gonna end him in his sleep. Hey. Gotta stay away from the crazies. Stay away from the crazies.
Hey, Gainesville.
Doggone it.
Earn up to $780 a month by helping.
Lord.
I'm not a fan of my dad's girlfriend at all. Not from the start. Her name is Kathy. My dad has been widowed since 2019 when our mom died. And I know he's gotten lonely and he's pretty much ready to settle with anybody now. Even Kathy. Against my warnings, he doesn't listen.
Dad has needs.
I've been seeing her do some sketchy things around the house, and it's really starting to freak me out.
What kind of sketchy thing?
I'll start from the beginning. I have two siblings, my 10-year-old brother Jake and my 2-year-old brother Scotty. From the day he introduced her to us, I didn't like something about her smile.
Whoa.
It was just unsettlingly wide and exaggerated.
Whoa. I know a couple people that have a crazy wide smile. And I know some smiles just look creepy, just by itself. So I can imagine what he's what he felt when he saw that type of exaggerated smile. That's like, okay, you don't need to smile. That is you're not that happy. You know, you don't gotta smile that hard. Or why are you? It just threw him off. Let's see what happens.
Pretty soon he'd start bringing her around a lot more, and I just never loved her, honestly. But at first it was only because I felt something was off about her personality. Then things started happening. She's been staying with us for a while now, and a few weeks ago, I caught her in my dad's closet while he wasn't home. My dad's safe is in his closet, along with where he hides the combination and some other valuables. When she saw me at the doorway, she smiled and said, "Hey, what's up, sweetie," to me, with her annoying, creepy smile.
Hey, nah, ain't no what's up, Will? What you doing in my dad's closet? First of all, does his dad have valuables like money in there? Because if his dad told the stepmom or the lady that he got a safe with some stuff in it, he freaked up. Because she's trying to get that and skedaddle. But let's see what happens.
I didn't say anything other than nothing. Then she shut his closet door, and I walked away to my room. I told my dad about it, but he didn't seem concerned. A few days after that, while my dad was at work again, I just got back from school, and I was walking upstairs to my room. And as I saw Kathy leave my little brother Jake's room and shut the door behind her. I asked her what she was doing in his room. She smiled and said, "I was just opening the window, it's hot in the house." I didn't answer and walked up to my room. When I heard her go downstairs eventually, I snuck to Jake's room to check if she actually had opened the window, and both windows were shut. Something was up with this lady, and I knew it, and I still know it. I told my dad again, and in response, he asked me to just please be patient with the situation, and that he knows I don't care for Kathy. I didn't bother telling
Dad
Jake.
just want the cheeks, man.
Fast forward to 2 days ago. Jake, my dad, and I were all not home, and Kathy was babysitting Scotty. I came home unannounced, but I wanted to be secretive about it, because I wanted to see if I could catch her doing anything again. I snuck into the house and went to my room quietly. Eventually, from the kitchen downstairs, I started to hear Scotty crying. Not regular crying, like a very distressed kind of crying, and I heard Kathy screaming at the top of her lungs to shut the F up. It was the first time I heard her raise her voice, and
Oh, shoot. What Kathy doing to little bro? Hey, nah. Kathy, we got Kathy. She better not be nasty. Because if she nasty, I got the Glock with the blasty. If you ask me, she can get the hair cappy. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm not a rapper.
I believe it was the first time I was hearing her true colors come out. I ran downstairs to yell at her to leave my brother alone. She was startled and shocked that I was home, and for the first time, she didn't give me her creepy smile. She looked at me blankly and went downstairs and shut the door.
The heck out of there.
I called my dad and told him
What's
right
wrong with
away.
you,
And
man?
that night, my dad had a conversation with her about it. I don't know how it went, but I assume not good, because that night, I woke up in the middle of the night to something and looked up into my room. There was someone in my room, and they quickly left the room and shut the door behind them. I got out of bed and opened my door, and as I got into the hall, I saw and heard my dad's bedroom door close. I went over to my dad's room and opened the door, and both Kathy and my dad were laying in the bed. I woke my dad up furiously and told him Kathy was just in my room. She denied the whole thing, saying she was in bed. I don't know if my dad believed me or not, but he told me to go back to my room and he'd talk with Kathy. I obeyed, and I heard them whispering as I shut the door. I went back to bed, and I was scared. I'm still scared. I want her out of the house and out of our lives. I think she's dangerous.
She is
Why
dangerous.
was she in my room? It's freaking me out. I worry for my family's well-being, and I don't know what we can do.
Okay, another ad's coming. Another ad is coming.
Imagine what would happen if every person in the United States suddenly visited your website. Would it crash?
This one goes back a few years ago to when I was 30 years old. I was at my condo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Fort
My condo,
Lauderdale,
which I still
404,
own,
right?
is on the
404?
second floor of a decently nice building
Hey,
that I won't
hey,
name for
813?
privacy reasons. Whenever I go down there, it's in the colder months up north, and I'm a complete beach bum when I go down there. Luckily for me, I work remotely from my job through my laptop and phone, so I've been able to retreat down there whenever I'd like. Fort Lauderdale is for the most part a pretty clean and safe city, and the specific location my building is in is no exception. That is, usually. It was the middle of January. It was late at night, past 10 o'clock. I was out on my balcony with my feet over the railing, on my laptop, when all of a sudden I heard from down below on the ground someone yelling something. They were yelling, "Yo," and "Hey you." At first I didn't move, taking the assumption that whoever it was talking to someone else. They couldn't possibly be calling up to me, but they followed with, "Hey you up there." And my heart skipped a beat, because now I knew they were talking to me. My main question was, why? I set my laptop down on the chair and looked over the railing down to the ground below. There was a guy in front of a car in the parking lot, looking up at me, and he said, "Yeah, you." I asked, "What's up?" He told me to come down there so he could show me something cool. I took a better look at this guy. Some guy with a backwards hat and tank top on. I assumed he was just some punky kid messing with me, so I ignored him.
Bro, if anybody asks you to do something like that, in that type of scenario, they trying to show you something. Look, they trying to get you, okay? And now it's either them alone, which I don't think so, or is him being the distraction, and people gonna come from behind you or the sides, and you're gonna get got. They're gonna get you. You're gonna get got. That's never. Nobody ever say, "Yeah, I want to show you something cool." I don't know the person. They don't know me. They want to show me something cool. Come on, man. This is not the movies.
And sat back down. When I did that, I heard him laughing as he said, "I'm gonna come up there and skin you alive, you prick." I stood up again and looked at him. He had this unsettling and sinister smile on his face. I realized he looked older than I initially thought. He wasn't some kid. I literally opened my mouth to shout something back at him, but for some reason, I didn't bother. I grabbed my laptop and went inside and shut the sliding door. I expected him to yell up a couple things afterwards, but I didn't hear him do so. As uncomfortable as that made me, I felt much safer being inside. I chalked it up to just the occasional coked-up Florida lunatic on the streets. But things became next level when the silence of the room was broken by pounding on my condo door, accompanied with a voice yelling obscenities and threats at me.
What's the gun?
It was the guy again. The bangs were so loud I was genuinely concerned he was going to break the door down. All I could do was yell, "I'm calling the police." That didn't faze him. His bangs turned to these carving and stabbing noises. It probably all lasted for about a minute or two, but felt like a century, until he gave one more loud angry bang, screamed one more obscenity at me, then left. I knew because I checked through the peephole. I called the police after the ordeal just to show them and report it to them. On the other side of the door, there were several stab marks in it, confirming I did hear him stabbing at it and confirming this man had a knife. I pray nobody was harmed that night. I doubt he knew me. I think he was just a really drugged out crazy person looking to hurt someone.
A lot of those type of people over here. Lots of those. You gotta be careful outside.
I once spent a night in jail. I know everyone says it, but I didn't do shit. I was attacked by a bouncer at a nightclub in my hometown because some girl who I had history with was there, and she had the nerve to lie to a bouncer and tell him I was touching her.
Bro, oh my gosh, she lied on you. She said you was touching. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm gonna leave that. Yeah, we have plenty of stories along these lines of ladies accusing men, and then they get locked up.
Her and her friends inappropriately, when I never even said a word to them. The bouncer came and put his hands on me and started pushing me out of the club, and honestly I pushed back in my drunken state. And of course cops were outside the bar, and between a drunk guy and a club bouncer, who are they going to side with? Well, I end up handcuffed in the back of a cop car and I'm escorted to jail, where I spent the night. All that was in this cell was one wooden bar for sitting on, and this other guy besides me. He asked what I'm in for, and I told him for bullshit. I took one look at the guy, and I knew I didn't belong here. He had tattoos on his face, he was missing a front tooth, and he just had this face that said, "Don't mess with me or I'll cap you."
Yo,
I didn't want to rub him the wrong way, so I just tried talking with him if he talked to me. At one point, I did open up to him a bit, just because of my anger at the situation, and I needed to vent. During this time, I told him some delicate info, like where I was from, which is definitely the nicer side of town. I told him how I had people over that night since my parents were away, and we all pre-gamed and went to the club. I basically told him the rundown of the whole night. Since I was drunk, I wanted to just try and sleep, but he'd keep talking to me and it was getting annoying. Eventually, I think he caught on and shut up. The next morning, we had to go to court because, yes, sadly I was charged with assault and trespassing. 2 bogus charges. My cellmate had to go too. I saw the judge before him though. He was one of the other offenders in the back of the court listening to my charges. I was released with a future court date set. A complete nightmare. But that night, when I was at home, and all the windows were open, so I heard everything from outside, I was hearing footsteps circling.
Hold on, why are all the windows open, man? What do you have all the windows open for? Do you not have AC? Because if you have AC and you opening all the windows, you asking for somebody to come in and get you. You asking to get got. Why are all the windows open? Not 1, not 3, but all of them. That's just me.
The house. Multiple sets of footsteps. I started to shut all my windows one by one on the first floor. Then I got to the backyard door, which is a sliding glass door looking out to the deck. I curiously flicked on the deck light, and immediately, 2 dudes ran out from the light into the darkness. I recognized one of them to be my cellmate. I closed the blind to the door and continued closing the rest of the windows. I couldn't believe he found me, but he was—
Of course! You told him the whole run. You probably gave him your address. Yeah, man, at 6847 Velcro Drive. That's where we had the kickback. Over there in that neighborhood is the... Bro, you gave him your address. You gave him the neighborhood or something, because there's no way he's finding you without you saying something and giving him a clue. This is crazy, man. You gave him that. Now he's coming to get you with multiple people, and you left all your windows open. Man, let's see.
He was obviously there to rob our house blind after I told him how my parents were away. He must have seen dollar signs when I told him the side of town.
Exactly.
And he probably heard my name called in the courtroom, and one quick Google search of my simple name turned up my address.
Hold on, we gotta fix the mic. I just. All right, since I just messed up the mic, let me check and see if the mic is sounding good before we proceed, because I don't want to be talking and you guys can't hear me. All right, we back. Okay. It got an echo. Gosh. All right. All right. Is it back? No, it's still echoing. Anyway. Let's try. Let me know if the echo is real bad, because I'm going to try a trick and see if that helps. But nevertheless, let's continue.
Didn't hear from them the rest of the night. I never told my parents I was arrested, and because of that, I never told them about how my cellmate almost came and robbed our house.
That wasn't really that scary. It was just dumb. Like, why? Why would you do that?
Wawa Catering. Nice move.
Wawa Catering's so easy. I cater everything now.
Kids soccer game?
Bro, cause just even think about it, or that time the super glue a tower to. Man, I'm just saying, like, why even talk? That was a total setup. That was a total setup to me, cause you told the guy that was it. Let's continue. It's just so stupid. It's not even worth explaining.
This is something that just happened to me, and I don't know how to feel about it other than freaked out. I'm not a spiritual person at all. I've been on and off seeing this guy named Spencer. I met him through a coworker one night when we were out together at a bar, and we hit it off. I finally introduced him to my family, and while my parents were indifferent about him, my grandparents didn't really care for him, my grandma especially. They both said they saw something bad in him, that he doesn't seem like a good guy. My grandma mostly. This wasn't after one-time meeting though. This was after I brought him around multiple times.
Grandma knows.
Get a good idea about him. And honestly, I started to see what they meant, because Spencer and I would get into constant arguments, and he would lose his temper fairly easy on me. For this, we'd be on and off constantly. There was one night that I felt like he was about to raise his hands to me, but he held back and then calmed down. This was when I said, "I'm done," and dropped him. Or so I thought I was going to. My grandma was especially happy and said I could do much better. Then she went on about how I should go find a nice Italian boy from a nice family like she always did.
Italiano.
Anyway, not long after this, my grandma died of a heart attack. During
Grandma.
my grieving, I hung a picture of my grandma up on my wall in my room to commemorate her. This was only a month ago. I had been having a horrible month. And out of weakness, when Spencer reached out to me 2 weeks ago, I answered, and we saw each other. We had been seeing each other every night these past 2 weeks.
She's been giving him the goods, and he's been taking the goods. Okay, we know what happened, but I don't know. Is Grandma gonna come back? Is Grandma coming back to? Well, let's watch. I don't want to say anything, ridiculous, but I was gonna make a joke. But let's go ahead and see what happens because already she's messing up. It sounds like it's gonna end bad, but let's see what kind of bad it is.
And I really thought he had changed because we hadn't argued a single time, and I just felt safe around him. Well, only a few days ago, Spencer and I agreed to be official boyfriend and girlfriend. And that night, I woke up to a crash in my room.
Oh,
I
Lord.
panicked and flicked on the lamp, and it took me a moment to notice the picture of my grandma wasn't on the wall anymore. I got up and saw the frame had fallen to the floor and cracked.
Oh,
The picture
shoot.
frame I hung of my grandma had fallen and cracked on the night I agreed to date Spencer. I held the frame in my hand, my heart in my throat, my whole body shaking. I called Spencer the next day and told him I think we should go our separate ways for a while, as my head isn't in the right place. And he blew up on the phone in anger, and that phone call proved my grandma was right about him. But that picture frame falling and breaking, what could have caused it? There was no draft in the room. Even as I imagined that it was somehow a sign from my grandma, do you realize how freaking scary that is?
It wasn't that scary. Hey, man, get y'all videos ready.
I took
If y'all have any scary videos, get it ready because I'm going to ask after this video.
my Jeep on
Please.
a road trip to Colorado to do some off-roading in the wilderness. I was doing a bunch of trails in the Red Feather Lakes, and I was ending the night off on the Dead Man's Road Trail. It was a somewhat challenging trail, but the scenery was unbeatable. I packed a sleeping bag and planned on sleeping in the back of my Jeep with the back seats folded down. I pulled somewhere off the immediate trail, just off the slight chance some other night drivers would pass by. But that was very unlikely. I guess people can call me a weirdo for enjoying off-roading on my own and camping alone, but I've always liked doing things solo. I use the word camping because I do consider this to just be luxury camping. Instead of being in a tent, I'm in the back of my Jeep in the middle of the woods. I ate some of the protein bars and other snacks I brought as my little dinner. Then I set up my sleeping bag in the back. In case you're wondering if I was doing this in the dark.
This never sounds like a good idea, man. Camping and then doing it alone, especially, it's never a good idea to me. Like, you just asking for, to me, it's like when something happens, you have no help. It's really game over if you're outnumbered. Well, depending if you have a weapon or not, you might have a good chance. But on your own camping usually is a movie scene where you get got. So in real life, you can only imagine because you don't know where exactly or how many people, and there's so many variables you gotta look at. But let's see what happens here, man.
I had the LED light bar on my Jeep on, which basically lit up the entire surrounding area pretty nicely. So I finally crawl into the sleeping bag, and I'd be lying if I said it's comfortable sleeping back there. It's the price to pay for off-roading in the sunrise for me. I had the windows all closed to avoid bugs getting in, but actually happening. Then there was one loud bang on my rear windshield, and I jumped up and practically dove over the two front seats into the driver's seat. And I started the car and drove as quickly as I could manage down the trail, scared they were running after me because I could only go so fast on this rocky terrain. I was scared to look in the rearview mirror, but when I did, I didn't see anyone through the red glow of my taillights. It was a nightmare. I was tired, but drove the rest of the trail until I was back on pavement. Then I drove for miles until I reached a motel. Some people have asked me, what if it was someone stranded who needed help? And I say no way. No one's out there that late in the pitch black, laughing without a flashlight that deep on some trail. And they wouldn't bang on my windshield just once like that if they weren't trying to scare me. People are messed up. Always watch your back and be woke to your surroundings.
Another commercial.
Looking for a part-time job? Earn
That
up
one-
to $5,070.
That one I would say, like, being out in the woods by yourself is always gonna be, you know, a scary situation. And I personally wouldn't do it because I don't play games like that. But if you guys would do it, let me know in the chat. You know, let me know if you guys would actually go to a camping site by yourself with nobody, just like by yourself, solo dolo, and you know, sleep in your car or even sleep in a tent outside. That's even crazier. So, but if you guys would do it, let me know in the chat, man. Put the number 2. Let me know. Put the number 2 in the chat. Let's continue.
This is one of the few unexplainable events I've experienced in my life. I was home upstairs in my room, writing my paper for my history class. As far as I knew, I was home alone. But apparently I was mistaken, because my mom's voice called out from downstairs, yelling my name. I called back, "What?" She didn't answer. So, slightly annoyed because I didn't want to be interrupted from my train of thought on my paper, I reluctantly got up to go downstairs and see what she wanted. When I got downstairs, I looked around for my mom, but she wasn't anywhere in sight. So I yelled out, "Mom?" And she yelled back my name in response. Her voice came from down in the basement. So I went to the basement door.
Hey, hold on. Where you going? Wait. Whoa. Hey, hold on, man. Peggy said, "No way, not alone. I never know. Imagine a bear." Like, yeah, if a bear gets you, you're gonna get it. But hold on real quick. What is going, like, this? Has anybody ever heard somebody call your name, but nobody actually called your name? Like, you ever heard somebody call your name and you thought they did? Like, you literally heard it, but nobody did? Has that happened to anybody? Because that has happened to me before in the past. Let me know. Drop the number 3 if that has happened to you. If you have heard somebody call your name, a voice, somebody that you know call your name, but nobody actually called you. Let me know, because that has happened to me before. Let me know right now in the chat, and let me know if you have it. Well, we're going to keep on going.
Strangely, the lights were off. I called down the stairs, "Mom?" again, and she called back. I yelled out, "What are you doing down there with the lights off?" She didn't respond. I flicked on the light and went down the stairs. I heard my mom call my name again as I was near to the bottom of the steps. It was getting weird. Each time she called my name, it sounded exactly the same, like there was zero difference in inflection every single time she said my name. I yelled out, "Mom," again.
Hold on, wait.
It was getting weird. Each time she called my name, it sounded exactly the same, like there was zero difference in inflection every single time she said my name.
Hey, man. Hey. That bro, going down to a basement in itself is a scary thing. Till this day, I'm not going to a basement at night when it's dark. It's just something creepy. You just don't feel good. Nobody goes to the basement willingly and is decided to go to the basement. At least nobody that I know. You know. So to go down to the basement, hearing a voice that's calling you, and it sounds strange, man, you have to chill. You have to chill. He said, "Tell us your story." I don't have one off the top of my head, but you know, it's just those moments you have. But yeah, man, this is already feeling very, you know, like paranormal-esque. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be pretty scary.
Yelled out, "Mom," again. She once again yelled back my name. She was nowhere to be seen in the basement.
Oh,
I
Lord!
noticed the little crawl space closet door was open. I call it that because it's a weird closet that you have to kind of crawl into, but it takes up a large chunk of the basement. That was the only place left in the basement that my mom could be. So I said, "Mom," one final time. No answer this time. I went closer to the closet door and got on my
why
knees
you
just
going
to try and
closer?
look in. It was pitch black inside. and I was starting to get freaked out. I said, "Mom, are you messing with me?"
Oh,
There was no
freak.
response at all, just the quiet buzzing sound from the basement light. I got back up and for some reason decided to sprint back upstairs, slamming and locking the basement door behind me. I didn't know what I had just witnessed and heard, but I went to grab the house phone and call my mom's cell number. It rang a few times until my mom picked up, and I learned that she was out grocery shopping. I told her, but she didn't believe my story, of course. She thought I was messing with her. It took half an hour of begging her to believe me that she finally went along with it, and when she and my dad were both home, we all went down to the basement together. The closet door was still open. My dad went inside, but there was no one in there. This still remains to be the most haunting, unexplainable experience of my life.
Yo, that's scary. Out of all these stories so far, that was the scariest because you know I have experienced something similar, but not like this story where I went to go check who was calling me. But I've heard, it's just always kind of freaky when you think somebody called you, but then nobody called you. Like, dang, am I hearing stuff? And just to be in this situation in particular, to do what he did, I would be terrified. Jamal said, "I'll seriously bring a flashlight and a baseball bat to the basement."
I was only about 9 years old when this happened. I was sleeping over my grandma's house for the weekend, which I often did when I was little. It was a stormy day out, and my grandma was out at the nearby grocery store getting ingredients for dinner.
Hey, Grandma about to
I was
cook
in
it
the
up.
living room watching
Grandma could
SpongeBob
cook.
when the phone rang. There was obviously zero reason for me to answer the phone, but I was a little kid with a little kid brain. There's no explaining any decisions made. I went to the kitchen and picked up the phone, and after my little kid voice said hello into the phone, the man's voice on the other end said, "Can I speak to the adult in the house?" I said, "She's not home," and the voice responded, "So you're all alone right now?" I remember I paused for a second, then said, "Yeah." Even at my age, I knew after he asked that it probably wasn't a good idea to have picked up the phone. The person on the other end then asked if the current address he had on file was correct, but I didn't answer that. I hung up the phone, and now I was nervous. I was worried I might have just gotten my grandma in trouble. Nonetheless, I went back to watching SpongeBob.
Oh my
20 minutes
gosh.
later or so, there was a frantic knocking at the door. I muted the TV and listened. Along with the knocking, someone on the other end cried out, "Please help." It was a man. I snuck over to the edge of the wall where the opening for the front door was to take a peek and see if I saw anyone standing on the other side of the door through the glass at the top of the door. That was a mistake, because I did, and they saw me too. The man on the other side of the door immediately said, "Little boy, please open the door, I'm hurt bad." I ran to the corner of the room by the window and closed the blinds so I could hide behind the couch. I was so scared. There were no cell phones back then. I couldn't call my grandma.
Lord. So
The man kept pounding on the door, his
shoot.
cries for help turning more annoyed sounding, and his knocks got louder and more frequent. Then the pounds on the door stopped, and he started knocking on the window right next to me. The creep started saying things like, "I'm not gonna hurt you," and "Please, I'm bleeding bad." I started to cry in the corner, still hiding behind the couch. The pounding stopped finally, and after a minute, I ran to my grandma's room and locked the door. I laid in her bed under the covers with only my head sticking out. The rain hitting the windowsill and the occasional distant thunder was weirdly calming, at least for a little bit. The man on the other side appeared at one of the windows and started trying to lift it open. Thank God all the windows were locked. Now I hid under the covers completely, and I don't think he saw me in there. This was the last time I saw or heard that man. 20 minutes later, I heard my grandma come in through the front door. I ran into her arms, crying and apologizing, and told her everything. She of course called the police, and when the officers needed me to give whatever details I could, my grandma called me into the room and I answered their questions. Then she sent me back off to the guest bedroom to watch TV. Unfortunately, that man was never caught, for this at least. My grandma never told my parents, and she told me not to tell them either, but she also never left me alone again anytime I slept over after that, which wasn't many times. Long story short, I was one unlocked door away from undoubtedly being kidnapped.
Dang, he would have got him. He would have got the boy, son. He would have picked him up for sure. That's scary. That's scary.
I'm a father of 2 kids. They're 15 and 10. My wife was out of the house at the time of this happening. I was in my room taking a nap in the middle of the day. My older son is always in and out all day, every day with his friends. So when I heard the front door constantly opening and closing, it didn't concern me. But eventually, when I heard the storm door slam shut for a fourth time, I started to get annoyed and whistled at him to quiet down. I started hearing other loud noises from across the hallway, in the direction of my younger son Keith's room. I imagined he was playing with his wrestling toys or something. Regardless, even with my door shut, the noise got to be too much. It was just like a constant thumping sound. Like, what could Keith possibly be doing? When I went across the hall to his room, the noise became more clear, and it was this literal thumping on the wall sound. I went into his room. The door was already opened. I said Keith's name angrily, but I didn't see my son. I saw some grown man facing the wall, banging his head into the wall. There was blood on the wall from his constant banging. The man gave me a side glance without turning his head.
This dude's a zombie!
I managed to tackle the man to the floor, and that's when Keith emerged from under his sheets where he was hiding. The man didn't fight back. He started yelling the psychotic mumbo-jumbo, proving his lacking sanity. I told Keith to go get the house phone while I held the man down. After calling the police, I was in that same position for at least 5 minutes before they arrived.
Hey, speaking of mumbo-jumbo, I recently encountered a guy, right? Quick story time. I recently encountered a guy at the park. Now, this was a little bit unusual, but I recently encountered him, and I walked by him. I said what's up to him. He had dreads. Seemed very normal until I said what's up to him. When I nodded, just a head nod, like, something like that, right? And this guy, he just started reciting some. It wasn't mumbo jumbo, but it was like he recited like 5 lines to me. He was like he just said some weird stuff. And I had a person with me too. I had my lady with me. And he just repeated it. And I'm like, what is he talking about, man? Like, and he said it the same way, like as if somebody pressed restart and he said the same thing from the beginning, the same way he said it the first time. And he said it again. And he was still talking the whole time as I was walking by. Because I was walking by. He was sitting down. Oh, yeah, let me set up the scene for you guys. He was sitting down, in a park chair with the table. And we were walking by. And I said, what's up to him? And he started talking. And I said, okay, cool. And I started walking. And as I was walking, he kept talking and he kept saying the same thing in repeat. It's like he was a robot or something. Like he was locked eyes with me too. That was weird. You know what I mean? He was locked eyes with me and was just like repeating what he said over and over like a robot with the same voice, same tune, and everything. This was in broad daylight. That was a strange encounter, but when I heard mumbo jumbo from the video, that's what it made me think about. Because it was like he was like talking, but saying the same thing as if like he was a robot, just on repeat. Like, it was strange, but nevertheless, let's get back to the video.
The man just kept smiling and laughing and saying things that made no sense the entire time. The man was ill or on some serious drugs, or both. I didn't press charges, and I'm sure he was taken somewhere to get the help he clearly needed and to get him off the streets.
All right, last story, and then I'm coming to you guys for some scary stuff.
I've had many night terrors in my life, and I've struggled with many sleeping disorders. Hell, I can't even count how many times I've experienced sleep paralysis. It's a truly disturbing thing. I've also woken to seeing spiders and other giant bugs in my bed countless times, for them to only disappear as I start to snap back to reality. But the hallucinations are always so real and vivid. I always find myself jumping out of my bed screaming, throwing pillows at the non-existent bugs. And don't even get me started on the constant nightmares I have. There was one stressful week of school that I was up to my ears in homework with all my classes, and I was admittedly exhausted mentally and physically. With half of my assignments due the next day, which was Friday, I was up extremely late for a school night. It had to be like 3 a.m., and I had to be up in 3 hours. When I finally finished all of my assignments, I literally crashed into bed, and I was out cold faster than I could remember. And that night, I was having a bad dream again. The best I could describe this bizarre dream, I was for some reason in this linear building that I was trying to escape, and in each passing room I kept finding candies, like it was a Halloween attraction or something. But in the dream I was running away from something, and the something I was running away from kept laughing. It was a child's laughter, and it sounded like it was coming from everywhere. What caused me to wake up was when I made it to what was presumed to be the final door of the building. The laughing was the loudest now, and when I opened the door, I woke up in my bed. I couldn't move. It was happening again. Then there was a laughter from the middle of the room. I moved my eyes to focus to the middle of the room. There were 4 people standing in the center of the room.
Whoa!
A tall male and female.
Whoa!
And then a small boy and girl. They were all holding hands and they were all laughing, looking at me with giant grins on their faces. Impossibly wide grins. And as I felt this tight pressure in my chest, which is common in sleep paralysis, I started to feel like they were getting bigger, or just getting closer, like they were all floating towards me. When my body finally permitted, I threw the sheets off of me and threw my pillows into the middle of the room and screamed. But the pillows hid nothing, as the 4 figures were gone, and the horrible laughing had stopped. I had never experienced a hallucination like that, and I have had sleep paralysis many times. I had to see my doctor the next day, who prescribed me new medication. Since then, I've still had my share of night terrors.
That's crazy.
Nothing even close to that.
That sound mad scary, man. All right, I'm coming to you guys, man. You guys have a scary video you want to see, and let's keep it like under like 10 minutes. If you guys have one like 10 minutes or below, drop it down, and let's get straight to it. 10 minutes or below. That last one was pretty scary. Yeah, but the one with the kid going down, I think was, to me, one of the scariest stories in this thing. But yeah, if you guys have any stories right now, drop it in the chat, and let's get straight to that. Let's go. Sam, look at them. Sam and Kobe. We ain't mess with them. We ain't mess with those boys. Sam and Kobe. Now we chilling with them. We're chilling with them. Maybe in the future, but not now. Not now. Not now, right? Not now. Where's Mr. Washkosh in here, man? Mr. Washkosh is the one that suggested, I think, Sam and Kobe. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. That's gonna be a good fight. It's live right now. Oh snap! I don't got that. Oh man, I forgot about that. But any scary stories you guys want me to check out or react to right now, drop it in the chat. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to figure it out. But I mean, if you guys don't have any, we'll just go straight to the funny stuff to get our minds at ease. If anybody's a little scared, you know what I mean, we'll get straight to the funny stuff. They're about to do the walkouts. I'm watching it. Okay, I see you. So nobody has anything scary they want me to check out or watch with them? Nobody got nothing. Nobody had nothing, huh? Okay. What about the pranks? Okay, let's do the prank videos since nobody has no scary videos for me. I don't watch scary videos. I watch Sam and Kobe. Look at him. He playing, man. You playing, talking about you watch scary videos. You watch Sam and Kobe. This must be Mr. Koshwash burst or whatever the heck. Let me see. See what he's saying. Okay, let's do Ben Phillips. Let's end it off with a couple of funny videos. Ben Phillips. Okay, let's just look that up and see what happens. Oh yeah, if it's like inappropriate stuff. Okay, so Ben Phillips. So this one prank video from Ben Phillips is so what's the name of the prank that you want me to react to for Ben Phillips? What's the name of the prank? What's that? Drop the name of the prank, because I know he has a lot of videos. And I'm not sure which one you want me to react to. Crush my bro prank. Crush my bro prank. Is that the name of it? Crush my bro prank. Crush my bro. Okay, crush my bro. Crush. Alright. Crush my bro. My bro. Alright. It sounds like it might be. Alright, let's see. Prank. Alright. I don't. Shoot, crush my bro. Prank. Let me do that. See if we can find it. I don't see crush my bro. Is it any one of these on the top? My bro has to stop. Scene for a prank. I don't see it. I don't see it here, man. Sometimes he uses clickbait titles in his prank videos. So which one is it? Is it do you see the thumbnail video? The thumbnail for it. Try wall prank. Wall prank. Okay. Wall prank. Let's try. Wall prank. Walkie talkie. Oh, my bad. All you see is what I forgot to change the scene. My bad. All right. So let me go back and show you what I was looking at. So we're looking at this. So which one from the thumbnail is it? Any of these? Caught red-handed. My bro, a two-timer. Ew, what the heck? We ain't watching that. That's crazy. The elevator prank is the one. The elevator prank? The elevator prank? Okay, let's do elevator prank. Elevator prank. Elevator prank. Okay, so we're gonna do this one right here. Elevator prank. Okay. I think we found it. We're not trying to get a copyright striked. But the audio, boom. Alright. Alright. It's looking funny already. Let's see. He gonna doing a lot of crazy stuff. Hey man, drop another video down. We do one more video and we gotta get up out of here. So one more video, one short one. See what you guys have, man. Anybody could drop it in the chat. If you guys have one, just drop it in the chat. Let's get straight to it. Or do I have one? Let me see. I didn't plan this, but let me think of something. Let me put you guys on Jay and Trey for your entertainment. Let me put you guys on Jay and Trey. Now I've seen a lot of their videos already, so let me do for your entertainment because we can find them there. But FYE comedy. I know they switched to the Jay and Trey, but let's do one of their videos. Let me see. What's a good one? What's a good one? T.Goon Scrap. Oh, New Year, New Me. Yeah, they have a video called New Year, New Me. It inspired me to do that type of video, like a New Year, New Me video. It's pretty funny. You know, they usually have a lot of, you know, great ideas when it comes to that. But let me find one that's I don't want to do an inappropriate one because they do have a little bit on the edge. It's a little bit. Let's do the
Grammarly
YouTube.
adds confidence, so you don't undermine your message.
The YouTube sponsor.
And offers.
We'll do the YouTube sponsor one. And then we're going to be out of here. Hey.
Talk to me about Gordon Ramsay's.
Yeah, y'all should definitely check them out on your own time. But here's the video that I want you guys to, you know, participate with me in watching. So let's get straight to it.
The guy in the suit. It's one of the reps from Backyard Bards. Gotcha. What's Backyard Bards? Stuart didn't tell you? Where's Stuart?
Backyard Bards is the company we're partnering with for some extra money for the web series. We give them a little promo in this episode, and they pay us a lot.
How's an outdoor company supposed to fit in with an episode about dude in the hospital bed? $45,000. Don't tell me all that. Guess we can make it work.
You ready to get started on the first take?
He's right in here.
Can I get some alone time with him?
Yeah, of course. I'll be down the hall if you need me.
Thank you, Doc.
Should have been me, man. The whole time, man. You wanted to stay and I made you go and drive out in that storm, and for what?
His
Only
face,
for you to
man,
tow
his
the car
face.
you really loved.
Yeah, guys, I don't think the brand's really being promoted enough here.
Oh, no, we're getting to that. We're going to mention Backyard Bards a few minutes in.
Yeah, right. I just think that we should maybe promote the brand a little earlier, like maybe off the top.
I don't know, man. I think the script is pretty solid as is.
Yeah, but, you know, for $45K, I'm sure there'd be another filmmaker who'd be happy.
New script. Trey, come check out that new script. All those ones. Action.
He's right in here.
Let's get that 45.
Yeah, of course. I'll be down the hall if you need me.
Thank you, Doc.
Should have been me, man. You didn't even want to go. I forced you to drive out in that storm, man. And for what? For you to ruin the car you really love right outside of Backyard Bards.
And cut. That was perfect, dude.
All right, so we can start packing up and get ready for scene 2.
Yeah, guys, listen, I just don't think the brand integration is really up to our standards.
I mean, what else would you want to add?
Look, the
I
last
don't
thing we
know
wanna do
about
is just
that.
shove the brand down people's throats. I kind of like how natural it is right now.
Look. All I want is for the audience to know a little bit more about our brand than just the company name.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it.
And if you could walk in holding one of our newer products, that'd be pretty sweet, too.
Absolutely not.
How about we bump it up to 50K then?
Let's get it.
Absolutely not gonna
Let's
let
get-
this brand partnership slip away.
Excellent. Jason, props to set.
Action.
Let's get that prop.
He's right in here.
Can I get some alone time with him?
Yeah, of course.
50K. Let's
I'll
get
be
the
down hall
props.
if you need me.
Thank you, Doc.
He's walking in with a fishing pole. That's crazy.
Should have been me, man. You didn't even want to go and I forced you to drive out in that storm, and for what? You know, Backyard Bart's having a crazy blowout sale this holiday season. Buy one of their new premium build titanium fishing rods.
His mouth is open.
To be free. Only for you to crash your car you love so much, man.
And cut. Dude, beautiful performance.
Thank you.
Of course. I'm sure sure we all love it.
Not quite, guys. Listen, as a brand rep, it's my job to make sure that Backyard Barts is going to be happy with the way they're represented.
I mean, this episode basically opens up with a 15-second ad for the company.
Yeah, but what we're looking for is maybe just a little more product placement with something from our summer line.
I don't think that's possible, sir.
What if we bump it up to $75,000?
75,000. Let's go ahead and get it.
75. I can't do it.
Well, guys, it's been amazing working with you, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to walk away from this partnership.
Look, guys, I just care way too much about this script. I mean, I spent hours and hours making sure that the audience has a genuine connection with the story. And if some brand partnership takes away from that, then well, it's just not worth any dollar amount. There's no way.
How about 76,000?
There's no way you can turn down 76 racks. I'm sure they don't even notice. Let's go. Action.
He's right in here.
Can I get some alone time with him?
Yeah, of course. I'll be down the hall if you need me.
Thank you, Doc.
I don't know why it looks so funny. He walked in with a bike, guys. The mouth open part is just the shoes, the bags, the oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Branded up.
Should have been me, man.
Hey man. Hey man, shouts out to Jay and Trey, man. The 4YE crew. Hey, this is the end of the live stream, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Last week was pretty cool. We're starting this thing up. We're gonna try to keep it consistent. So make sure you remember about Scary Saturdays. If you like it, come back for next time. Turn on your post notifications so you know when I go live. Let me switch the scene real quick. Yeah, man, because we're doing this every Saturday night, hopefully. So if you guys enjoy it, man, come back for more next week. And we're going to do more reactions and live streams. So make sure your post notification, click that bell. Click the bell so you know when I go live. And you know when I'm posting a live notification as well. So that you guys can participate. I enjoy doing this with you guys. Being live and everything, seeing live, get the live action. I like it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Because we're going to keep it going, man. And we're going to have regular videos, regular edited videos too. And plus short. We're going to have everything. But right now we're doing lives more. And hopefully you guys, like I say, enjoy it. And we're going to keep it going and keep it rolling. Thank you guys for tuning in. Smash the like button. Don't forget to smash that like button before you leave. Definitely subscribe if you're new. It's free. And we're on the road to 3K. On the road to 3K. We're almost there. Just a couple more subscribers and we're going to be there. So, man, if you're new, join the crew. The Dukes and Dukettes. Duke and Dukettes Nation, man. Duke Nation. We out here, man. So, smash the like button, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you're watching the playback, thank you for watching the playback. It's Eddie TV. I'm going to catch you guys next live stream.